So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that? And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purposes. Hi everybody, Martha here. So today we're doing Stargirl, episode 12, Stars and Stripes. Stars and Stripe, part 1. So we only have this is a part 1 and part 2, and we only have one more episode after this one. So that'll be next week's episode, and for this season. And this is when they're starting, the bad guys, the Injustice Society, is starting to do their plan. Where, let me remind you what the plan is: for them to take control of half of United States, the middle part of the United States mines, and basically start a war, I guess, and kill the ones that they don't have control of. But so they Sportsmaster and Tigress go after Stargirl and her family. So Sportsmaster goes after Pat, which is in his car shop, and Tigress goes after Courtney and her mom. And so Pat has to take down Sportsmaster, while Courtney and her mom had to take down Tigress. So Pat tried to explain to Mike what everything, but he wouldn't listen. Said he would play with the drill because he's tired of them treating him like a kid. So yeah, and so instead he's playing with the drill. So he walks off, and that's when Pat and Sportsmaster starting to fight, and same thing with Tigress and Courtney. They start to fight too, and basically the ones who end up the one who ends up saving Pat is by distracting him. Is a drill. The drill ends up while Sportsmaster's trying to beat up Pat. Mike grabs the drill and drills into his side, side, like it right above his hip, and distracts him enough to where Pat grabs one of his tools that he does to work on his cars. It hits Sportsmaster's on top of above his face to knock him out, and then they take. And that's when Mike sees the stripe, and what Courtney does in order to Barbara grabs like a vase that has a plant in it and smashes that on top of Tigress, to where then Courtney hits her with her staff right out the door, and that knocks her out too. And so they all end up going to a cabin out in the woods to hide out for a while. While this is going on, the Fiddler has a little talk with her son, and I guess he's getting picked on by some kids because he has a tuba. He plays tuba, and they're picking on him because he likes instruments and playing instruments. And she says the way you get to you keep on liking your passion, and eventually those kids will stop teasing you. But you know how that she did. He ended up his dad ended up like putting the little thing they use for a violin and put it inside their eardrums. He has a tuba. That's gonna hurt somebody a lot more than a violin. Um, whatever that thing is called. It's gonna hurt a lot more than that if he ends up hitting somebody with a tuba. Okay, and mm, so while this is going on, uh, the Dragon King and Brainwave do a little test run of the machine that they're going to use in order to control the middle half of America with to see if it works or not. And Dragon King warns Brainwave that if this doesn't work, it will kill you. It will like melt him down or something like that. And so it seems like it works. He's able to contact everybody's mind in that part of the world, part of America, and they so that means that it's gonna work. The bad guy's machine's gonna work. So while that's going on, oh yeah, before this, Brainwave and Cindy had a little chat that Cindy still wants to be part of the bad guys, but they think Dragon King thinks of her as a failed experiment. So does the rest of the group. So Brainwave shuts her little thing to her cage and keeps her in there. So sorry, Cindy, you're not going to be. As far as we know, you're going to stay in that cage. So while this is going on, finally Mike finally learns the truth, and he tries to touch the staff. Nothing happens. Also, Justin and Rick are both, and Pat are both. Well, basically, Justin just finds out about what Rick's trying to do with his dad's journal, because the reason why Rick's dad died, Our Man, because of the fact that he might have known where the location is to their to the bad guys is where the bad guys machine is. And there's a code that Rick needs to figure out in order to stop them. And Pat helps him figure out that it's the year of his dad's car, which is 1966, a Mustang 1966. So that was the answer to the code, was 1966. And so and that's when they figured out the code answer, they end up they have Beth read the code, and she figures out where the machine is. And apparently the Fiddler was going to help Sportsmaster and Tigress beat them before, but she's pushed too much of their numbers by saying that they're bad parents, and they're not fit to be parents because they would have their daughter to be a wild animal, just like her mom. So I don't know. She got hit by an arrow right in her chest, right here in her chest. So I don't know if that killed her or not. We'll find that out because we did not see in the rest of the episode. So maybe they killed the fiddler. Maybe they didn't. So what the plan is that Barbara and Beth will go to the building that where Barbara works at and try to find what they're planning. And Courtney and Pat will go through one tunnel, and Rick and Londa and Justin will go in the other side of the tunnel. So when Barbara and Beth get to and Mike will stay at the cabin with the dog. So Beth figures out that they are trying to make everybody think as one. Stop having the bad guys are trying to stop having everybody stop defend like making fun of everybody and stuff like that. But like don't hurt anybody just because of race and religion and stuff like that. And good health care, but there's a catch that only Brainwave can only take control of adults' minds because kids' minds our brains are not fully developed. Your brains are not fully developed until you're like either 18 or 20, one of the two. So and that means and the ones that end up having he won't have control over will die. So yeah, and that means a lot of the kids. That means a lot of kids are going to die, and probably people with mental problems are probably going to die too. So, and that's like 24 million people. And Beth finds a countdown to when there's like 35 minutes, and this is when Gambler interrupts them and hacks into Chuck and explains to them that's not where we're gonna start, honey. We're already starting. That's that's how much time until we have finished. And that's when Beth turns around and realizes that Barbara's mind is already starting to be controlled. Same thing with Justin, and same thing with Pat. So since those three are adults, Beth, Londa, Rick, and Courtney are kids, teenagers. Their minds are still developing, so that means that Brainwave has control over Stripe. And Stripe, the last scene we see is Stripe starting to attack Courtney, and then the screen goes black. So this was a great episode. I loved it. And I can't wait till next week to watch this. I'm definitely gonna get this DVD when this one comes on DVD. I'm definitely gonna get this one, get this season out on DVD. So because I liked it a lot, and that way I don't have to worry about the loading, the internet slowing down. So and I can't wait till next week. It's definitely, don't you hate when that happens? The last thing you see is when people start attacking. I mean, only one that probably have a hard time fighting anybody is is Courtney because she's fighting a robot. If Brainwave tries to make like Justin or Barbara attack the other three, they'll be able to take down those guys. Well, Beth probably will have a hard time taking out Barbara, but I know that Londa and Rick would take down Justin pretty easily. But yeah. So I can't wait till next week. This was a great episode. I'm gonna give it a yeah. I'm definitely gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. So Sully gives it over pies and a steal. So hopefully next week I won't watch the episode too early, but because that's what happens. I always watch it too early and don't want nobody to know I'm up this early in my apartment. So that's why I don't usually. That's why a lot of times I just film. I just do this on my computer camera. So, yep. I'll see you guys later. Like, share, and subscribe, please. It really helps me out. And comment down below. That also helps me out. Okay? What you guys also think of the episode? Do you guys want to watch it or not? So, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.